Hi folks, Total Sales Solutions in Jackson, Mississippi, where we sell trucks, and we sold one of every kind of truck made, I guess. We really like diesel trucks. Dan sells them and buys them all over the country. And as I said, we sold one of everything, but today we're going to list a truck. We've not had one exactly like it. He bought it at a energy sale a couple of weeks ago, just came out of service, so you know it's been maintained perfectly. But man, you talk about a cool truck and an expensive truck and just the kind you want. It's a 2001 Ford F450 dually with a 7.3 liter diesel, folks. And these 7.3s are just getting so absolutely impossible to find unless they're stupidly priced. And we're not pricing this one stupidly because he's going to sell it, much to my chagrin, with no reserves. So we'll let the market dictate. But these 7.3s, I promise you can't find them like this. This truck's only got 148,000 miles. As I said, belonged to Energy, so it's been impeccably maintained. Rides and drives the very best. Sitting on a matching set of Bridgestones all the way around. Got the spare up in the bed. It's got a Koenig body, folks. Now, I don't know what these Koenig bodies cost, but I know they are super expensive. Plus, we're going to show you it's got a Ingersoll Rand cast iron air compressor on it with a 12.5 horsepower Kohler engine. I know people are going to be wanting to know that, and it works. It's also got a high dollar expensive heavy duty bumper on it. Now, it doesn't have the winch under it, but it's a winch. It's set up for a winch if you want to put one in it. It's also got a PTO. It's just a great truck, and gosh knows what it would cost to find one of these things or build one like it. So if you've got a work site, whatever you need, this truck is perfect for that. Plus it runs and drives the very best with low miles. Biggest thing, 7.3 liter engine, this Koenig body. Come on, we're going to show it to you. Not beat up, not dinged up, not chipped up. You know, Energy takes care of these things. I want you to look what a bumper is on this. That, my friends, is a bumper. That's 1/4 inch steel plate.
I'm not going to swear they ever even put a winch in it.
I don't think
but it's set up. You can put one in it if you want to.
That's not bruised up, so it probably did. This truck is, of course, here you can see under here, it's a Mississippi truck. There's no rust, none of that. Our customers come from far away. They always want to know that the fire extinguisher. You can look in here how clean it is. It's got tilt, cruise, stereo.
CD, cold air. There's your PTO controls, and it has a transmission temperature gauge so you don't overheat it.
We're assuming they probably had CBs and that kind of stuff down there. The headliner's perfect. It is a non-smoker's truck because Energy doesn't let people smoke in trucks, I don't think. But look here, you can see all that, how well taken care of it is.
Not rusty.
Dan, you want to open this up and show it?
It's open on the other side, but these both open.
It opens from both sides. Dan's made pictures of these, but you can see how clean this is. 7.3 liter diesel. Look at these tires. Knee-deep Bridgestone tires.
Now this shelf's adjustable. You can move it up and down. And
our friendly and efficient staff neglected to adjust it, but you can see there's no rust. It's not rotted out or any of that.
Got a big receiver hitch underneath.
This thing will pull anything you want to hook to it. There's no need to call and say, hey, what'll it pull? It will pull anything you hook to it.
Now this bumper's hollow, and you can lock it. So if you want to put some high dollar stuff in there, you can.
Here, son. It's got all these hooks, these rings for carrying whatever you want to carry. This bed's not beat up. You can look down the side, see this. Once again, I don't know, we'll be redundant, but it's like new under there. Dan's open. I don't know what this bed costs, but I promise you it probably costs about what this truck's gonna.
These have little hands so you can lock them.
Folks. You don't have to worry about shopping. You don't have to worry about going to your local dealer. You don't have to worry about because you can't find another one like it. Dan's got this open. You can see right here the air compressor.
See, Ingersoll Rand, rating 12.5 horse, 175 psi maximum pressure, 1500 RPM pump, 12.5 horse Kohler commercial engine. Got a choke, there's your pressure gauge, key switch, all that good stuff. So you just pull this up and lock it. Also got the strobe lights, got the mounts. You want to put some extra stuff on there.
An island in Fiji with what this thing costs new. Look in here, folks, not beat up.
Dash isn't cracked.
Not dirt and mud in it. You can see in here. Believe me, we didn't clean it up like this either. F450 Super Duty Power Stroke 7.3. It's a great truck. I don't know who's going to buy it, but someone who farms, welding shop, any kind of business. I mean, this truck's ready to go to work. These 7.3 liter diesel engines, routinely, people put 1 million miles on them. They are virtually indestructible. But we're going to sell it, folks. We're going to sell it no reserve. We're going to try to sell it no reserve. So if you see it relisted, we'll buy it now. There's no need to send us dirty emails. We'll just have gotten another deadbeat bidder, but we're going to do our best to sell it. Please, not being rude, if you cannot buy our truck or you don't want to buy our truck, please don't bid on it. When we list them and we get a deadbeat bidder and we run them again, not only does it cost us it costs us literally thousands of dollars, because people always go, hey, what was wrong with it? Why didn't they buy it? Well, they didn't buy it because we didn't see them. All that said, it's a great truck. Whoever buys it, you're going to be tickled you got it. If you ship it, as most people are doing nowadays, because it's so much more cost effective, when it gets there, you will recognize it. Everything on it works. It's a 2001 Ford F450 turbo diesel, 7.3 liter engine. Only got 148,000 miles on it. Bridgestone tires, 12.5 horsepower Kohler engine, Ingersoll Rand, air compressor. No telling what this bumper would cost. Go price that bumper.
$38,000.
$38,000. But anyway, a great truck, and I don't want to be redundant, but we just don't get to see things like this that we like this much very often. And if we do, they're so stupidly priced we can't buy them. We got this one bought. It's going to be a great value to someone. 2001, folks, and it's a good one. Thank you so much for watching our video. Appreciate it so much. Look forward to visiting with you about this truck, seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi.
All right, you've been hearing my dad talk about this truck. Before we show you under the hood and everything, I want to show you this engine running. Now this key switch is a little jinky. I'm not going to fool with it, but I'll show you how it works. Go ahead and fires right up. Puts out air. You can hear the air bleeding back down. Now this is set up, you can either hook it up to maybe a air, like a reel, or you might want to mount a big tank in the bed and store up some extra air. But with this big cast iron twin cylinder pump, you're not going to have to worry about running out of air, I don't think. So like I said, the key switch, we'll try and fool with it. If I can find a key switch somewhere around here cheap, I'll probably just go ahead and do it. But if I forget, I just want you to bid to assuming I forgot, and you may have to look on Amazon and buy you a little key switch. But either way, this is the choke cable, and there's your gauge. So now we're going to show you under the hood and then take you on a test drive. Hi folks, you've heard the compressor run. I'm going to show you the engine, then we're going to take you on a test drive. First thing, let me just say, we don't clean under hoods. This is just how this truck came into us. We don't mess around under the hood, so you can see been pretty well taken care of. Coolant tank's been replaced at some point. They're using that extended life coolant. You can see the AC compressor, 4 Seasons AC compressor. That's the expensive one. It's not the cheapo one. The main thing I want to show you though is take this cap off. You can see, I mean, just a tiny wisp of smoke, not even really under any pressure. The smoke's not a big deal as long as it's not puffing. A lot of people confuse smoke with blow-by. Smoke is not blow-by. Blow-by is if I set this cap down on here, get out of the way of this wire. If I set the cap down and it blows off, that's blow-by. But you can see this one doesn't blow off, so it doesn't have any blow-by. And all blow-by is, that's engine compression getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase. And it's not necessarily the sign of a bad engine, but it's a sign of wear that this truck doesn't have. So now we're going to hop in and take you down the road. Okay, now we're in the truck. Before we get going, I want to show you a few things. You can see the switch panel. I don't know how many of those lights it still has, probably just the rotating lights up top. It's got a high dollar switch panel, trailer brake controller, see your PTO system. Not sure how PTO works. Not something we fool with, so I hadn't messed with it, but there it is. Ice cold air, stereo, CD, 148,258. Got your cruise, got your interval wipers. The only thing I'm going to nitpick, it's got 3 rock picks. There's a rock pick right up there. There's one there. You can see it. It's kind of hard to see. And one right over there next to the windshield. You see next service, 157,000. This Energy keeps their truck serviced. I mean, I always try and go to their auctions because you can find nice stuff that's been taken care of and not just used up, wore out like a lot of stuff you might run into. These are tow mirrors. You can pull them out when you're towing for extra reach, extra coverage. This truck fires right up, hot or cold, doesn't smoke cold. Like if you see and whether you buy from us or whomever, you always want to hear and see a 7.3 diesel crank up and run when it's cold, because it may not smoke, it may run perfect warmed up, but the next morning you crank it cold and it may run like a 3-legged dog. And that's just how Power Stroke diesels are. If they're gonna act up, they're gonna do it cold, not hot. So long story short, you always want to hear it and see it run cold, because if it's gonna act up, that's when it'll do it. But this one doesn't do any of that. I mean, it fires right up, does like it should. Now it is a 7.3, so it's not quiet like these 6.7s and even 6.4s or 6.0s. You can hear that diesel noise, but that's just how 7.3 does. These things are just built. You keep them serviced, they can run forever. We regularly get them 500,000–600,000 miles. So 148,000 like this one has is literally just nothing, really. Air's ice cold, like I said. I may have mentioned that a few times, but down here in Mississippi, when the heat index is 115, you appreciate stuff like that. Having some cold AC. And you know, you can tell how a truck's been maintained by stuff like that. Is the air still work? Yeah. Is it riding on a name brand set of tires like this one, got Bridgestones on it? Or does it have some retreads or some recaps or some China bombs or whatever? This one's got Bridgestones. So, you know, you can kind of tell how well a truck's been treated just off of that. You can see we're going down the interstate. You'll have to excuse my shaky camera work. I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other in some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson. Not to mention an F450 is not going to ride like a Cadillac anyway. But don't let the shaky camera work worry you. It does have a nice ride and drive. You can see right now we're doing 60. This truck, it doesn't have an axle code in the door jamb, but if I had to guess, I'd guess 430s, 411s, maybe 456. I mean, it's got a good gear in it, good pulling gear. and now we're doing 65. It goes down the road like it should. I just hit the cruise. Cruise works. It's holding speed. We're doing 65. Now I'm going to turn the cruise off. You can see it kind of slowed down. Even the cruise works. Wipers work. Horn works. Can't find anything on this truck that doesn't work. Now, maybe you will, but I can't find anything. If you want to fly in and drive this truck home, you can. I mean, we'll pick you up at the airport, no extra charge. We'll bring you back here, do all the paperwork and feedback and everything, put you on the road. I wouldn't hesitate to drive this thing anywhere. Even with these heavy-duty 19.5 tires, it's got a smooth ride, which is unlike pretty much every other truck I've had with 19.5s. They usually ride like log trucks, but this one doesn't. I guess that's just having the difference in having name brand tires. But doesn't pull to the left or right, doesn't pull or vibrate when I hit the brakes, so no issues there. If you are like most of our customers, you're from the Northeast or the Midwest, and you're buying from us because we got good deals and we got rust-free trucks. So with that being said, we understand most of you don't have time to take off several days to drive or fly down and then drive home. So with that being said, if you think you're going to have to get it shipped, don't let the idea of having to fool with shipping dissuade you from buying it. Or if you look online at these online price places, don't let the estimates you get scare you off, because odds are we can beat most of those guys by as much as half. And the reason for that is most of the places you find online, they're not actual shippers. They don't have a fleet of trucks out on the road. They're just brokers. And what they'll do, they'll charge you hundreds of dollars and they'll call it a deposit, but all it really is their broker's fee for finding somebody to haul it for you. And they all use this one website called Central Dispatch, which is kind of like U-Ship, but it's not open to the public, and it's just members of the transportation profession. And that's where everybody goes to book their loads. Well, we jumped through all the hoops, paid all the fees and everything to be on Central Dispatch. So basically, we can offer our customers wholesale rates on shipping. We don't charge a markup or a broker's fee or anything. You pay the actual shipping cost. Although even if you don't buy from us, we'll do it for 50 bucks for non-customers, but we'd rather you buy from us and we'll do it for free. But basically, you just shoot me a text or an email with your zip code and I'll get you a good ballpark figure on shipping. And if you're anywhere near Dallas or Houston or Atlanta or pretty much anywhere in the state of Florida, then I can get you a real good deal on shipping. But just send me your zip code and I can get you a good ballpark price. Hopefully I'll make it by all these dump trucks without putting any more pecks in the windshield. Now I will tell you, on a heavy duty truck like this, it's going to be a little bit more to ship than your average dually. So just, you know, something to keep in mind, but it'll still be, odds are it's usually cheaper than driving in and driving home regardless. So if you're interested in that, like I said, shoot me a text or an email with your zip and I'll get back to you. If you have any questions about this truck, call me, 601-376-9869. If you want to make an offer on the truck, call me. Want to know what it takes to buy it, have any questions about the 7.3, about the bed, about the compressor motor, any of that stuff, just call me. Be glad to talk to you about it. Before I go, just want to show you, we've been driving nearly 10 minutes. You can see on the dash, good oil pressure, good temps, good bolts, no warning lights on, no engine lights or airbag lights or any of that. And I like to show the dash after we've been driving a while for two reasons. One, you know, it's easy, if you got a light on, kill the light with your scanner, take a picture and say, oh look, no lights. But once you've been driving a while, if there's a problem and you haven't fixed it, that light's going to come right back on. So I like to show the dash after we've been driving a while so you can see for yourself there's no lights lit. And you know, if somebody transports it and jumps it off or whatever, you know, I've had people pull an ABS wire loose or something, and then, you know, it shows up, somebody gets mad, says, well, the ABS light wasn't on. Now it is. Like, well, it wasn't on the video. So it kind of protect myself too, but mainly just to show you there really are no lights lit. So like I said, if you have any questions, give me a call. Be glad to answer any questions you may have. Let you know what it takes to buy it, all that good stuff. It's got a clean title, no salvage, no flood, any of that. Once again, that number is 601-376-9869. We appreciate you watching our video and hearing everything we had to say about this truck, and we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.